Alright, what's up girls and boys? What's up internet? I am Vianca and welcome to yet another episode of our Let's Play slash walkthrough slash playthrough slash guide slash whatever you want to call it for The Legend of Legacy HD Remastered for the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStations 4 and 5, and also PC through Steam and also Steam Deck, where I am playing and recording this from. So today I absolutely have no idea yet what we're gonna do. Like, I want to show you guys where we're supposed to go, but I have been trying very hard. Oh, we got the emergency kit. So yeah, I've been trying very hard, so I'm gonna hire just another galleon to get the item we need. I kind of forgot what it's called, but alabaster, I think it was the alabaster accessory that we need to survive. Restores a lot of HP, so yeah, emergency kit also very much needed. But yeah, the thing that we need to survive poison attacks that we will be getting frequently of from one of the optional bosses that we will encounter in Bogsore Marsh, which is supposed to be where I plan to take us today. But I've been at this for like several days now, just trying to get that stone, which would make the battle easier because it can cancel out poison, which the green dragon has. It has a very strong poison breath attack that hits the entire party, and if the RNG is not on your side, it will use it twice and instantly wipe out your entire party. And that thing that we need, I really think it's the alabaster stone or something like that. That thing, and also this emergency kit, which I am now going to equip, can only be obtained through the ships. So you don't really have a choice if you want to get that. You would really need to go out of your way to not only farm as many archwing eggs as you can to sell, so that you will get money, but also to just wait 5 hours every time you use the galleon just to see if you get the items that we need. Unfortunately, there is no way to cheese that. You can try changing the date and the time of whatever device you're playing on, but as I've mentioned in our ultimate beginner's guide, there is a chance, as there was in the 3DS, that the ship will be lost. And if that happens, then you can never, in your current playthrough, use that feature again. So I would rather be safe than sorry, so I've been doing this in the traditional way. So now I'm presented with two options. We can now go to Bogsore Marsh and just show you guys how to get through it and where to find the dragon, not fight it, or we can visit the desert. We can go there, but we won't be able to do much. And also, there's something that I forgot to do. I forgot to actually sell the ship graveyard map. So let's sell that. Again, if you haven't completed all of the stances, you will find 2 more stances in that area where I showed you guys at in the previous video. But yeah, I think we got all the maps. Yeah, bottomless pit, we don't need to buy that. But yeah, so I'm thinking I can show you guys the desert. I think I'll show you guys the desert. Okay, I'm just gonna rest. Also, I've been trying to like level up everybody or try to get their stats up as best that I can, but the most that I could do is this. That's it. For Mirrors, for Bianca, and also Garnet. And I've been fighting Archwings, I've been fighting all the other normal mobs from not only Archwing Burrows, but also all the other places we've been to recently, but I couldn't get their HPs, their SPs, their attack, their guard, and their support to go up as much as I would like. So I'm stuck with this. I don't think the RNG likes my current playthrough all that much. Okay, so like I've said, to continue on the story, you need to go to Bogstorm Marsh. But I think it would be good to show you guys Shifting Sands as well. This is completely optional. You don't have to go to Shifting Sands on any playthroughs, but if you do decide to go there, you will be faced with really tough opponents. Like, you should try going to Shifting Sands when you're at post-game or nearing the end of the game because of how strong the enemies are. Also, let's just go here. I'll show you guys Shifting Sands for this episode, I think.
The northern reaches of Avalon, once buried beneath the sea, had risen up to reveal an endless expanse of sand and rock. Its glassy terrain worn smooth, flaring gold in the desert sun. The mirages it conjured up reflect one's innermost nature.
So yeah, there's several things to note about the Shifting Sands. First, it doesn't have a map. It's completely optional, as I've mentioned, and there is only one trophy you can get from visiting this place and finding a very specific mirage, which is another thing that is unique to this ecosystem. It's a desert. Not enough landmarks to draw a map of this place. So yeah, you can draw a map. It's unchartable, so you're completely blind at this, right? This is also another thing. This is also a great place to level up your stats. And the map is confusing because you can go in any direction, north, south, east, west, and it will land you... I'm looking for treasure chest. It will land you on different locations of the map with... so there's Coco. It's hot. It's so hot my tail might burn right off. Got ourselves Desert Mantle. So yeah, you will find mirages in this area, which if you interact with them, it will whisk you off to either a place you visited or a secret area that you haven't visited yet. And in those secret areas will be secret optional bosses that can drop really good weapons, items, equipment in general. But they're extremely difficult. Like, they are the most difficult enemies in the entire game. Even more difficult than the final boss of the game. The mirages don't always appear, but there is a trick to try to get them to appear. Again, RNG it's heavily dependent on it, okay? The trick concerns another feature that this location has, which are these holes in the floor where if you fall on it, you won't really get damaged, but they can, and you will end up being teleported somewhere else in the Shifting Sands. There is like, Shifting Sands only has two quote-unquote maps, the desert entrance and in the desert, and both of them don't have maps. But as I've said, there are different areas in the desert area, and you can get whispering shards from them if you want. Now, again, this is one of the main reasons why I decided that we are gonna go and check this place out and maybe try to get that trophy that I was talking about. Is that, again, this here is a mirage, right? This mirage will bring you to a place where you can fight a different enemy and a boss. We are not gonna attempt that. We are not that strong for that. Also, singing shard pulses. So yeah, it's better to turn these off as always. And also, now would be a great time to focus on leveling up your charms. They will be helpful for you in the upcoming battles. Also, this is another Mirage. If you interact with it, you have a chance to get thrown into the mesas region. As you can see, that's reminiscent to one of the mesas we visited in the previous episodes. So this here is the sinkhole that you can jump into. It's not gonna harm you in any way. So it's a good way to try to get the other Mirages to spawn if you're not having any luck in trying to get them to spawn. Okay. How do you even pronounce that? This quicksand is dangerous, but it seems you can use it to move around. So yeah, here's another location that we can visit, but we're not going to just yet because we're trying to find a specific one for a specific trophy. Now you can go and move to other areas. So another area here. Singing shards. Sometimes they can change the map like that to get to a whispering shard. Okay, too painful is a growl, too powerful in its swell. A diseased man is blessed by it, and shortly after it is made well. Such a relic surely breeds nothing but a thirst, for who can resist such power and not instead be cursed? So yeah, I think that's a lesson that is commonly shared in most JRPGs in general. So yeah, Phoenix Grace is actually one really useful I wonder who we can give it to, but it's a really useful. I'm gonna give you Phoenix Grace. So yeah, a really useful charm because it allows your characters to auto revive. Like when they fall, when they get knocked out, they will be revived provided it's within the time limit, because it's not enabled the entire battle. So that's something that I actually learned the hard way. It's not enabled the entire battle. There's a certain number of turns before Phoenix's Grace is no longer passive in the battle, right? So you have to time it just right. If you feel like you might end up like losing or being knocked down, that's the best time to use that. And I'm wondering, who can I give it to? Tough. Okay, let's give you Phoenix's Grace and then give you the Singing Shard. Just in case. Save also. But yeah, we're trying to find. Okay, so that is also an area we haven't visited in. I'm running away from the enemy, just trying to show you guys the Mirage. But yeah, we'll come back here when we're ready to actually face the enemies that the Mirages will teleport us to, or some of the Mirages will teleport us to. But yeah, another thing, I think I haven't mentioned it yet. I'm a little bit scatterbrained right now. But yeah, another thing about the desert is that you can go, like I've said, you can go to different areas in the desert. But if you keep on going a single direction, like if you keep going north, if you keep going east, or if a variety of that, you might end up right back at the beginning of the entire area, in the entrance to the Shifting Sands area. So that's not the Mirage that we're looking for that is connected to a trophy is the one that has a clearing with a giant tree in the middle, because that will bring us to the place where the kitties are, where Coco lives. And going to that place will give us a trophy. So that's really one of the major reasons why we are here, to get that trophy for today. There are also various. So that we're back at the entrance. Run away! There are also, again, various mirages that don't really bring you anywhere. Like it will just throw you right at the beginning of the map. So again, you have to be careful on what mirage you interact with, and you have to be confident that you will survive, right? Because again, the enemies there are difficult. They're end game enemies, but the rewards for beating them are really, really good, or some of them at the very least. And even though you cannot bring them into a new playthrough, you can, I've already triggered that. You can buy them. The items you get, they don't get transferred. The ones that do get transferred, the only one that gets transferred is, oh my gosh. So yeah, the only ones that you do end up, or the only things, oh my gosh. So yeah, as I was saying, the only thing that you can transfer to with a new game plus is the money you get. But the items that you obtain from, let's go down here. The items you obtain from beating bosses, like the special items, you can buy them back using the special shop, but they're gonna cost money. So what we are gonna do, we'll need to find this here to uncover the Whispering Shard over there. So what we will do when we're ready to move on to like a different story or different character, different lead for this game, is to sell all the items that we have for money that we can use to buy the better equipment. The growl of the stars turning rot into vigor, plague and poison are all it is, a grave without its digger. The growl of the stars turning wise man into a fool, the only promise that it brings is pain intolerable and cruel. So yeah, everyone's being deceived by the Star Grail, and that includes Berserker's Rage, another great, recall this shard that we can use to strengthen our characters. We may have to learn that one for the Green Dragon. I'm gonna do that, of course, when we're not recording, because that will take a while. Because again, learning charms is, as with the rest of this game, purely RNG. That's still not what we are looking for. We just keep on pushing them into the sinkholes. But yeah, basically that's it. You just have to find the right mirage to jump into. So that is not the right mirage. That is not the one we are looking for. Again, we're gonna come back here. We're gonna try to do all of the side stuff here. Oh my gosh. All the side stuff here. But that's gonna be right before we fight the boss. Probably right before we head to the last area. That's how it's gonna be. Because we are not really all that prepared to my goodness, it's so hard to find the entrance. Yeah, but we're not prepared to deal with, we're missing a lot. We're not prepared to deal with the shifting sands in full. Again, this is really a great place to level up stats. Not really for learning, that's not it. Not for learning new, what do you call this? Skills? Not for that, not for awakening, but for like raising your attack, your guard, your support, your HP and your SP. That's what this place is good for, because of how strong the mobs are, and also because of how each mob has a lot of enemies. All right. Still no sign of the Mirage that we're looking for. That's not it either. Oh, run away! It's really, it'll take like, it's really long depending on how, again, your luck plays out. But going into this quicksand on those sinkholes sometimes speeds up the appearance of the mirages. Not always. It's like, again, RNG. It's just sometimes it does do that. At least from my playthrough, that's not the one we're looking for. On the PlayStation. Again, I'm ambushed. No. Okay, there we go. But in all honesty, I think, and I really do believe this, the hardest trophy that you will, or anyone will, need to really work on in order to get for this game is going to be the one with the, I forgot the actual name of the trophy, but it's the one for unlocking the band. Which you'd think unlocking the band means it's some kind of, okay, here it is. This is the one we want. The big tree in the middle of a clearing. So go inside that. A mirage? Eek! So yeah, that would unlock the Kitty Clan's Wonderland. Enter the Kitty Clan's homeland for the first time. We have left the desert. So this is the only place that you actually need to visit if you're after the trophies. It's the only place you need to visit in order to get a trophy. All the other places, all the other mirages are optional. Now, there's something I remembered, but I forgot to mention at the beginning of our jaunt here at the Shifting Sands, is that some of the mirages, when you interact with them, won't necessarily transfer you to the location that they are depicting in the mirage. So the one thing that I have found, which is helpful in getting that Kitty Clan trophy that we just popped, is that you would want the first mirage you interact with to be the mirage that we interacted with, because that will almost always teleport you to this location, provided that the mirage is actually showing you the giant tree in the middle of the clearing. Otherwise, it's going to transfer you to wherever else that mirage is showing. Anyways, there's a forest in the middle of the desert. There's really nothing here but all of these cat-looking things that if you talk to them, meow, they disappear. Coco is right over here. Welcome to the homeland of the Kitty Clan. We took refuge here the day Avalon went underwater. Well, the others did, at least. Now that you released Amelia Cecile, I'm able to reunite with the rest of my clan. Please, enjoy your stay. Received winged slippers. So yeah, that is all there is here. There's nothing here. You can try talking to all of the cats here, but they'll just disappear. So with that out of the way, let's head back to the world map, which, as you guys can see, it didn't really unlock the location in the map. So yeah, every location that you haven't unlocked yet, because again, the mirages will sometimes show you images of like other places that you have visited. Like if you visited a Great Crag, it's going to show you that deserted village, forest ruins, hidden forest, like all the locations, even what was it? The seaside, not just the seaside, but yeah, seaside ruins and also ship graveyard. It has mirages. All of these places have mirages. So not counting those places that have actual maps, the other mirages that you can find in Shifting Sands, once you enter them, you cannot, like if you leave, you cannot go back like to that location in a snap by just clicking on an icon on the map. They won't appear on the map, which sucks because again, if you're trying to complete everything and you want to go attempt those at those enemies, like those bosses, those optional bosses, and you run away because either some of your party members got knocked out, got mortal damage, or you feel that you're really not ready, so you want to get stronger, you would have to find the mirages to enter that place again. But the thing about the Shifting Sands, at least in the PlayStation version of the game that I'm playing on my personal save file, as my personal playthrough, the thing that I've noticed is all the mirages that you've unlocked in the area of that particular area of the Shifting Sands will remain there. Now the question is, how are you going to go back to that particular area in the Shifting Sands when it is pretty much randomized? So that's really all there is about Shifting Sands for now that we can visit. Also, Shifting Sands, that's all the map. If you try to sell it, let's go back to Nisham. I also need to go back here because we need to heal. But if you try to sell it to our old buddy, good pal, old friend here, okay, sell info, it won't appear because there would be nothing in the map worth selling apart from the names of the area, which is Shifting Sands, entrance to the desert, and Shifting Sands in the desert, which really is not doing anybody any favors. But anyways, that's all the time we have for today, unfortunately. And I know it feels like I'm prolonging the inevitable. I really wanted to get that alabaster stone just to make things easier for us. But now that we have the Shifting Sands available as a training ground for us, I think I might be able to get everyone up a little bit in their stats, a little bit stronger for our jaunt at the Bogsore Marsh, which is what the next video is going to be. But again, unfortunately, this is all the time we have for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, you guys know the drill. Dream on, fly on. Bye bye for now. Keep safe, everyone. See you all soon.